Buckle up, folks, this is about to explode. Tonight, we're slamming headfirst into an absolute firestorm of a debate. British powerhouse journalist Lewis Goodall goes toe-to-toe with Alon Levy, the slick mouthpiece for Netanyahu's crew, and oh man, does it spiral into pure chaos. From razor-sharp jabs to full-on verbal warfare, this ain't your grandma's polite chat. It's raw, intense, and lays bare just how frantic this messaging battle has gotten. Before we unleash the full madness, hit me in the comments. Where are you tuning in from? Smash that like button and subscribe hard so you never miss the next bombshell. Let's roll. Israel's got this democratic dictatorship vibe going on, but their slogan? Straight up, death to Israel. Nah, I don't argue that. Alright, jumping in, let's chat with Alon Levy, ex-Israeli government spokesperson, beaming in live from Tel Aviv this morning. Alon, huge thanks for hopping on. Look, we can skip the Iranian foreign minister's preachy nonsense about the UN Charter and international law, they're the last ones to follow it. But hey, maybe we should tune into what UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres dropped this morning. This strikes a wild escalation in a powder keg region, a straight-up menace to global peace and security. Tell me, why's he off base? Man, he ought to be thanking the US and Israel for yanking the world back from Iran's nuclear nightmare. Iran was straight up turning its nuke program into weapons. Talks failed big time, they've stockpiled enough high-enriched uranium for like 10 bombs. Israel and America just did everyone a massive favor, risking it all. Proof? Spill it, what's your evidence for that wild claim? Israeli intel nailed it, Iran was weaponizing that uranium. But it's worse, Luis, way worse. The IAEA says Iran's got enough high-enriched uranium for 10 nukes. That's not us talking, that's them. Zero civilian excuse for enriching to 60%, that's basically weapons grade, one tiny step away. And stashing it deep in an IRGC mountain base? Come on. When Iran's chanting death to Israel and building the tools to make it happen, Israel steps up and neutralizes the doomsday threat. You throw the IAEA at me, but listen to their boss, Rafael Grossi, we got zero proof of any organized push by Iran toward a nuke. He told CNN days ago that folks claiming insider knowledge, like you just did, are just guessing. So you're hyping the IAEA when it fits, but Luis, Iran's been stonewalling IAEA inspections. Even if they had a bomb-labeled nuke like some cartoon villain, the IAEA wouldn't spot it. But hold up, you just cited them on Syria. They're spot on when they back you, but trash when they don't? The IAEA can't infiltrate Iran like Israeli spies can. Why cite them selectively? Because the facts are crystal clear for anyone paying attention. Weaponization? IAEA inspectors aren't even let in. Humble up, Luis. In 2007, Syria was secretly building a nuke reactor. US and UK? Clueless until Israel tipped them off and bombed it. Waiting for a build nukes red line? That's game over. Bash Israel for acting late, sure, but not early. No room for error when you could wake up to Iran having a bomb tomorrow. And zero civilian need for 400 kilos of 60% uranium. So we're just supposed to trust your government's word? Luis, the only reason for 400 kilos of that stuff is nukes. Burying a facility under a mountain in an IRGC zone? Nukes. Even your own Elsie Gabbard said nobody doubts Iran's shady motives, but the big if is how soon they'd get a bomb. And Gabbard herself noted no imminent threat. So boils down to Israeli intel says so. You get why folks in the UK and worldwide, especially after Gaza, struggle to buy what your government's selling? Luis, Iran's got a nuke program cause that enrichment level screams weapons only. And those claiming exact deets on Iran's weapon push? Pure guesswork, per IAEA chief. But Israel can't gamble, Iran's sworn to wipe us out. Mid-talks, their leaders tweeting destroy Israel while enriching bomb fuel. We can't wait till tomorrow afternoon when they've got one ready. Israel's acting at the 11th hour cause Iran was weaponizing uranium only good for nukes. The UK, whose diplomacy bombed, should humble up and thank its Middle East ally for nuking the nuke threat. Pun intended. Awkward much? If your PM showed up here, we'd have to arrest him, ICC warrant and all. UK slapped sanctions on your top brass for Gaza stuff. You see why people balk at trusting Netanyahu's crew? Luis, you get why the UK's become a diplomatic ghost in Iran nuke talks? Yesterday, the E3 pushed for fresh chats, demanding peaceful vibes. Iran? Unrealistic. 'Cause their vibes death to Israel, death to America. This regime's been aggressing Israel since October 7th. That wasn't just Hamas, it was Iran's proxy orchestra hitting us in sync. Israel's like, no waiting till they're a week from nukes. Maybe you'd call that not imminent, or 20 minutes, or 3 years. Gabbard walked back her take, aligning with Trump and CENTCOM. Iran could hit 90% in days. Israel's the boots-on-ground eye spotting Assad's nuke play when nobody else did. You really claiming Israel's making the region safer right now? Hell yes. Despite the IAEA. Despite the IAEA slamming attacks on nuke sites as never okay? You kicked off quoting them, but when I hit back with their explicit no attacks rule 'cause it's too risky, you shrug. Why the flip-flop? Luis, the only thing riskier than hitting Iran's nuke spots is letting him get nukes. Diplomacy? Total flop. Iran used it as smoke while sprinting to bombs. IAEA? Inspectors barred. Israel's cornered, so we defanged a chaos-sowing regime. Syria and Lebanon breaking Iran's grip? Building real futures? That's on us dismantling their proxies. October 7th backfired on Iran big time. This is their downfall's kickoff. You get why skeptics eye your PM's imminent Iran threat claims? He's hollered it for 20 years. Boy who cried wolf. Need reminders of Israel offing Iranian nuke scientists? Cyber ops? But he's yelled Iran's on the verge forever, and it never happens. Why buy it now? It hasn't caused Israel sabotaged it. Stuxnet, assassinations. JCPOA helped too. But now? 60% enrichments, 99% to weapons grade. US intel last year, Iran could weaponize in days at multiple spots. IAEA's out of polite words for Iran's mountain-based nuke rush. If Iran flips, ditch your nuke program when Israel ditches its. Everyone knows you have bombs. Would you bite? Iran's in no spot to demand squat. Their demand? Death to Israel, death to America. But from their view? Israel's nukes threaten them like theirs do you. Cycle of fear.